never switched up, I just changed lanes. I be with them niggas getting money and with niggas who gang bang. You niggas too frilly, you too strange. Cop some better work, hit the block, save up, get a new chain. I see my uncle hop in a new range. He taught me how to rap, bubble pack, now I got me some new flavor. I know y'all niggas thought that y'all had me, but the glick in the stash, she tried me. Get popped like acne, we got buttons on the back of them ratchets. Two turn can't relax me, rock designer, bitch, ain't none of us tacky. Ain't have nothing but some noodles in the crib. On that demon time, I move crucial with my blick. Baby, I'm a blood, but I be grooving with my sig. I be getting paranoid, bitch, don't be moving through my crib. No, it's RMSG, and I started this shit with Miz. Vamping in the jacks, they know I did this shit with shiz. We really put that bat on ass. We don't talk about them kids. They know I'm from the trenches, so it is what it is. Yeah.
Yo, what's good? It's the Teddy Podcast. And I know a lot of people been hitting me up like, yo, what are you doing? Oh, shit. My bad. Technical difficulties. I forgot I haven't been blogging in a very long time. So a lot of people have been asking the question, where the fuck you been? What are you doing? What's going on? So Dre Dog, what up, man? What's good? Yeah, I'm just getting everything set. I've been doing a lot of, renovations and shit like that. So I've been just fixing certain things. But I just wanted to basically, I was going to start off January 1st, but I've been just really busy and shit like that. So, my man, seriously, what up? So, I just been preparing, just, fixing stuff and, just getting ready for the show to launch. So I was planning on dropping about 2 weeks ago. And then I went to this week. But I'm definitely going to be dropping 100% moving forward on Monday. I'm just trying to figure out a schedule that makes the most sense. I'm looking at 12 p.m. Probably Monday through Friday. I'm just going to just go ham. But again, for people that keep asking me, I'm not going to be covering, and a lot of people do know me from battle rap and stuff like that. I'm not going to be covering that. I'm pretty much going to be covering boxing and putting a focus on that. And there's a lot of things going on in 2024 in regards to the boxing community. Bro, like every day, like for instance, even with this episode, it took a lot to break down what to talk about, what not to talk about. It's just a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of shit. I'll definitely come through. I didn't even know you fuck with boxing like that. That's what I'm trying to build with people that are trying to come up. I will be going to events. I'll be dropping a bunch of different things. I'm just getting my feet wet in this. So please bear with me as I get comfortable in this space. Somebody's asking about Wilder. We can get into those type of questions, but I got a bunch of subject matter that I want to cover. In regards to Wilder, I'll answer that real quick. John, this is how I feel about Wilder. I feel like he's at a point in his life that he's pretty much accomplished everything he could accomplish. And, losing to Tyson Fury and fighting him those 3 times, I think took a lot out of him, his spirit, his competitiveness, and things of that nature. I mean, this guy went to wars with Tyson Fury. And boxing, and there's a famous quote, you don't play boxing, right? So if you're not there mentally, you can really get hurt. People die in boxing. So I don't believe in it. When I watched that fight, I just didn't feel like Wilder was who we're accustomed to seeing, and he didn't have that edge. He just didn't seem like that's what he wanted anymore. And in boxing, you can't tippy toe and dip your toes in boxing, in my opinion. And watching Deontay Wilder's last fight, that was the New Year's card. It was kind of like one of those things like, he's good in life right now. He has money. He's made investments. He even brought up his investments in his post fight, right? And you could just see it. It's not in him anymore. And I feel like that's not a bad thing. Sometimes as an athlete, you come to terms with like, you know what? I need to move forward. I need to just say, you know what? This ain't for me anymore. Because at the end of the day, you can actually die. You can actually die. You know what I'm saying? Literally. So if you're not ready to go in there mentally, if you're not training yourself for that type of thing, he seems like he hung it up, and that's just my opinion. And he's going to go down to me as the biggest puncher in the heavyweight division's ever seen. Like literally, the guy, um, you know, had immaculate power. I don't think anybody's ever punched like him at that division. But you know, I'm hearing rumors of him and Anthony Joshua. Watching that fight, I don't want to see. I don't believe his heart is actually in it anymore. And I think he's a great fighter. I just hope that he moves forward in life and continues to do what he does. But I just don't see him. I don't think he's hungry anymore, and I think that's something that we have to understand with fighters, that we don't want them to put themselves in a position where they're not ready or they're not mentally there. Because boxing is yes, it is physical, 100%, but also you gotta want this. Like this is, in boxing, most of these guys don't even make money like that. So if you don't want boxing, boxing will end you. And I think he's in a place where he just, it's not what he wants anymore. You know what I mean? So somebody said boxing is more dead. I love when people come on. How can you say that when you have so much shit going on in boxing? Literally, from Terrence Crawford, Teofimo Lopez going back and forth, Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather's beef, Ryan Garcia. There's so many big things that are happening in boxing like every day. Like I literally have problems trying to decipher what I'm going to cover on the show. From Errol Spence getting his cataract surgery, them trying to spark up people wanting to see Errol Spence versus Bud Crawford. There's a lot of things right now in boxing that need to be talked about and addressed, especially from a fan's perspective and what we want as fans. And there's a lot. Like I literally am struggling finding out, trying to break down. Like I was coming up with a list. I'm like, damn, there's a lot of shit to talk about. And I'm trying to only do like an hour show on a day. I literally feel like there's enough to do it on a daily basis. And I'm watching other channels. There's a lot of good channels out there. And I just want to be a part of the community and just continue to build this great sport. Somebody said, how long is that Bud versus Spence going to take? I mean, we can get right into it. Now, Bud, Errol Spence came out recently. Said he had surgery on his eye. I forgot what it's called. I forgot the particular surgery. And, followed up by saying, yeah, why do you think I got hit with so many jabs and, whatnot. I don't want to take nothing away from my opponent. And I get it. Now, to me, I don't believe Errol's a guy that makes excuses, period. I think Errol definitely gives a lot of, he gives his opponents credit. I think he handled the whole Bud situation phenomenal. But the way he lost in that fight, and just being honest, I think Bud really expected this fight to be better than it was. I think Bud really expected for Errol Spence to be a better opponent. And the way he defeated him, in fact, people are kind of looking at Errol Spence like he didn't accomplish everything he's accomplished, and he's not a great fighter. And it kind of diminished a lot of what Errol Spence has built to this point. Like if you really break it down, Errol Spence was top 5 pound for pound. People had him as the best 147-pound fighter. It was a toss-up in that of who you believe was going to win that fight between Errol and Bud. And now you turn around and Bud Crawford fucked up the bag. I was talking to my boy Avery yesterday. He said, yo, you fucked up the bag. Because nobody wants to see the rematch. And I think and Teofimo actually came out and said you got stuck in that bullshit contract to where you have to do the rematch. And Bud Crawford is in a fucked up situation. If Bud would have made the fight competitive, right? Let's just say if Errol and him people would want to see part 2 of that fight. Nobody wants to see that shit. So Bud is trying to say, hey, listen, let's get the shit over with so I can go get Canelo, because Bud is 35, going on 36. He's trying to get that check, and that check belongs to Canelo. And to me, he's in a fucked up situation. So to me personally, I think it's gonna happen. I think they're trying to find a way to spark it up, but I think an immediate rematch is not the answer for that. And to answer your question, how long it's going to take, I think it's going to be sooner than we think. But I think they're trying to figure out, these networks are trying to figure out a way as to how to make people excited for this fight. And think about it. How do you make this fight actually anticipated now? We just saw what happened. You know what I'm saying? I heard rumors of trying to do that 154. Bud said he'd go the most of 148, which is where he's not trying to give Errol no type of advantage. He doesn't want the fight anymore. It's just Bud is in a place in his career where he needs to make the most money possible. And the Errol Spence rematch is not going to, especially nobody. I don't believe anybody's going to buy the rematch. I don't believe anybody in the world believes that Spence is going to win. And I'm not saying that. Sorry about that. Check which way is on. It doesn't change. So to me, I feel like it's just one of those things in regards to wanting to actually, make the fight happen and people wanting to see it. And to me, the only way this situation actually works with Errol Spence is if Spence goes out and beats somebody at 147 or in a dominating fashion and says, look, it was the weight, or even goes up to like 154 pounds and dominates one or two opponents. But is Bud Crawford going to wait around for that, or is that even allowed? He already exercised the rematch. So I don't think Errol Spence wants to get in the ring with anybody else. And somebody said the rematch. No, nobody wants to see the rematch, bro. Nobody wants to see that rematch. People are calling more for Bud Crawford to fight Boots Ennis or possibly Canelo Alvarez. That's what they're calling for. They're not calling for Spence. It's not going to sell. It's just not going to sell. And if you're a promoter, and think about it, you got HBO and Showtime, they're out of boxing. These new networks are trying to figure out how they're going to sell. And it's a shitty situation. It was the biggest fight, but the outcome doesn't warrant a rematch. You know what I mean? And TMR podcast, what's up? They came out and said, he will. Listen, he said he will definitely be Spencer. I don't think anybody in the world believes at this point that he won't win. And it was like he beat him so clear. And bro, Spence walked out of that ring and he looked defeated from like the third round on. Bro, he was getting put down with jabs. I don't think people actually understand. I mean, go watch the fight again. No, Tony Wall, the fight will not sell. Nobody wants it. People will buy more right now Bud Crawford fighting Boots Ennis, which he doesn't want to do because the matchup is not where it's at. That's why he's shooting to be that guy to fight Canelo. Listen, Bud Crawford is at an age that he cannot dick around and just take multiple fights. No, you can't. Boots Ennis is too big of a risk, and you might blow the bag against Canelo. Somebody said, everybody. Listen, I agree with you, Tony Wall. People do agree, love a comeback story, but you can't get defeated like that and just come back in a rematch and expect people to purchase it. It's just not going to happen. He would have to go do something dynamic, maybe go up to 154, dominate somebody like a Tim Tszyu, or even fight Boots Ennis and defeat him, and then say, listen, it was the weight. We can do this at 154 right now. That would build anticipation, but is there time to do that? And the more time goes past where they're negotiating this fucking rematch, the less people are going to want to see it. And that's just the facts. Errol Spence, Bud Crawford and Errol Spence is not in a good space. That is not a good rematch. It just isn't. And if for Errol to make that happen, he would definitely have to do some things. But I don't think Bud is willing to wait. And I think Bud is really trying to cash out and win, lose, or draw versus Canelo. And that's just being, as honest as possible. TMR Podcast says, who I got, Bud or Canelo? I think you're high. I'm going to be honest with you. I think people underestimate how great Canelo actually is. He really is a dog. Like, I was arguing with Ava about it yesterday, and I was like, he's going up to 168. Canelo's not going down. It's not going to be a catch weight. He's going to force him to go to 168. He's a bigger puncher. He's going to be the best fighter he's ever faced. In fact, Canelo actually, they asked him about it, and he was like, Bud is only beating Errol Spence. I respect him. I think he's a great fighter. He's talented. But he hasn't accomplished nothing compared to what Canelo has. And I think people fail to realize because maybe Canelo lost to Bivol, which was a way bigger man. We just watched Bivol wash. I don't even know who the fuck he was fighting. People tend to forget, like, Canelo is doing things that, he's fighting bigger guys. And Bud Crawford going up to 168, that's 20 pounds. That's 20 pounds. And Bud at first was like, no, I'm not. That's a lot of weight. Bud's skill set is amazing, but so is Canelo Alvarez. I think people need to stop acting like Canelo's not that guy. I'm just being honest. Didn't Bud get stripped of one of the belts for mandatory defense he didn't complete? There's a couple people that got stripped. Who got stripped? The belt situation is whatever. It doesn't really matter because look at Gervonta Davis. It's just about the popularity and the money. Most boxers, once you get to a certain level, it's about the paycheck. It's really about the paycheck. The belts matter to bring up some people's buzz and stuff like that. But once you're in position, do you care about the belt or do you care about salvaging a possible $10 to $15 million, $20 million paycheck? So I don't think Bud gives a shit. He'd rather get $30 million by fighting Canelo or whatever the fuck. I don't know how much it is. Then take that belt. He already accomplished being unified at 147. He beat the other best over there. So I think he was because the mandatory was what's his name? Boots Anderson. He wasn't going to fight him. He's like, I'm not going to be forced to fight him. So I think the belts don't really help much in making these fights actually happen. To be honest with you, but Bud is holding out for that Canelo fight. People want to know what Canelo's going to do in May. Whether it's going to be Benavidez, whether it's going to be Munguia or Bud Crawford. I honestly believe, and this is just me. I think Canelo, he understands how big a fight Terrence Crawford would be. It's a big fight. People believe he's the number one pound for pound fighter, which I don't agree with. I think it's Canelo still. That's just me. I think Bud is right there. But I think Canelo is one who likes to prove people wrong. So I think Canelo and Bud is a possibility to happen in May. And I think if it is announced, it will break the internet. And I think that's what he's holding out for. But I don't know if he can take that fight with again, I don't know his contract. I don't know. I mean, Teofimo made a comment about him not getting out of that situation. So I don't know if that's going to be the holdup for Canelo versus Bud Crawford. I don't know the intricacies of that contract. And I would love to see it happen. I think Canelo wins the fight. I don't think he's going to get credit. I don't think Canelo's going to get credit for anything at this point. If he beats Bud Crawford, he was too small. If he beats Benavidez is too young. So I think Canelo's just one of those guys that he's going to be appreciated more so when he retires. I've seen Teddy Atlas come out and say something along the lines of, he's the most overrated Mexican champion of all time. I'm like, is he serious right now? Are you absolutely, like, how? Like, what is that based off of? So I think the Canelo hate is going to continue until he retires. And I think Canelo he's just one of them ones, to be honest with you. It is what it is. He said Nuclear is the best fighter. I don't think so. I mean, just look at resumes, man. And somebody said Canelo's a lot of steam. That fight not bigger than the rematch. Canelo versus Bud Crawford is not bigger than the rematch between Spence and Crawford. Are you fucking high? What did you smoke before you got? Are you serious right now? Are you serious? Oh my God, that's absolutely crazy, man. Like, people would love this. Bud knows they're willing to pay. Canelo knows they're willing to pay for that fight. So to me, I completely disagree with you in that situation. That's absolutely insane. But Bud is definitely waiting for that. And Teofimo came out and said he wanted to fight him. I just watched that. I thought that was pretty interesting. I love Teofimo. I'm a big Teofimo Lopez fan. Do I think he can beat Bud? No, not right now. I think Teofimo he's a fighter that everybody should be behind because he wants the best, whether it's Lomachenko, whether it's Josh Taylor. I mean, he should be undisputed in 2 divisions, but Josh lost the belt. He had to give it up. But he's a dog. Teofimo's a dog, but Bud's not going to take that fight. It's not a big fight. Like, if he's not going to take Boots, which is a bigger fight, why would he take Teofimo? So, this. I mean, listen, 2024 for boxing is going to be special. I mean, Teofimo possibly fighting Haney. I just watched Devin Haney, Bill Haney actually, come out and say, "Don't fight Bud Crawford or be mistaken. Come fight Devin Haney." Which I was under the impression that Devin was not very interested or possibly even ducking Teofimo. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, because apparently he was going to go to 147. So to me, there's a lot of stuff. And listen, I'm one of the guys that actually loves Bill Haney, by the way. I think Bill Haney is absolutely hilarious, and I think he's very good for Devin in terms of turning up the fight, because Devin is not necessarily the most exciting fighter. The most exciting stuff that comes out of the Devin fights is the pre-fight shit, and mostly Bill Haney just talking his shit and making the fights happen. So to me, I love Bill Haney. Hey, what's up, caller? 817. What's the word? What's going on, brother? Why do you say it's favoritism? I don't understand. What are you referring to? I love Teofimo. Why was that? Why was that favoritism? What did I say that was favoritism? I'm lost.
I could be wrong, but like a few seconds ago, you said you thought Devin probably would have been trying to duck Teofimo, and I'm like, I'm listening to it, I've been listening, and I'm like, man.
Well, let me say why. Let me explain why I said that before you jump to the next question. So the reason I said that was Devin went up to 140 for pro grades. We all knew he was going to be pro grades. He didn't show that he had an intention to unify the belts, which I thought he would do. I understood the move trying to fight Ryan Garcia, which I thought was a dope move, because Ryan is not a real big threat to Devin Haney. He's more so, he's a very popular fighter. And I understood he's trying to build up his brand. Teofimo's a big risk to unify at 140. I believe he's the best fighter for anyone. Teofimo's a dog. Don't get it twisted. So wait. You're telling me Teofimo's not a threat to Devin Haney at 140 pounds? No, I need to know why. Why do you feel he's not a threat to Devin? Okay.
The only threat at 140. Let me take this off.
Matisse?
Matisse, that's the only threat in my opinion.
Then Teofimo? Teofimo, what can't Teofimo? Okay. No. What can't Teofimo do? Did you see how he dog walked Josh Taylor? He dog walked Josh Taylor. Josh is not better than pro grades? You think Regis is better than Josh Taylor? Are you serious?
Okay, that's the triangle theory, and even if I did, I wouldn't use that as an excuse. Even if I did,
okay.
I wouldn't use that as an excuse, because I don't believe in that theory anyway. But the answer says your statement. I mean, come on. If I'm lying and you don't say I am, the world has seen Teofimo duck Devin already in another weight class. Say I'm lying.
Okay. You think he ducked him at 135? I don't believe so, but keep going. Okay. No, keep going. I'm listening.
Okay, the reason I say that is because, and this is why I say I don't think he's a threat to John Reed, shows that he's scared to fight. You say, how he show he's scared to fight him? Bob Arum simply told you, listen, we're not trying to make a fight between you and this Australian. Point blank, period.
Cambosis.
Exactly. But instead of you making an attempt and undisputed, what you do?
He went up to 140. Oh, Campos, yeah, he beat Campos, he lost Campos, and he went to 140 there. Okay. Okay, I'm listening.
If you're Teofimo Lopez and you're not ducking the Devin at that time, instead of going out to but instead of going after that title that Devin had, what do? You do what Bob have to do, and you give, that's right, your mandatory in the IBF title or championship fight. Why do that and not just go after the
Devin? Wait. Hold on. Before you keep going, he was undisputed at 135. Devin didn't have the belt at 135. Teofimo was undisputed at 135. After he beat Lomachenko, he became undisputed. Then he went and lost to Kambosos, and Kambosos became undisputed. And then Devin Haney went and beat Kambosos, and he became undisputed. He didn't hold the title at that point. That's exactly what happened, boss. Devin did not. Devin got the boss. Go look it back. Devin ended up winning, being undisputed after he beat Kambosos, who beat. You know.
Before Devin beat what's his name, Kambosos, for the undisputed title, he didn't. That's what you said. He didn't have a belt to even unify with.
He didn't have the major belt. This guy, he had the. He didn't have the bro. Look it up. Teofimo was undisputed at 135 after beating Lomachenko, and then he lost it to Kambosos. And then Devin Haney became undisputed after he beat Kambosos. That's a fact.
So what you're saying is once he beat, what you're saying is once Teofimo beat what's his name, the Ukrainian.
Lomachenko.
Once he beat Lomachenko, you're saying that's when he became undisputed.
That's when he was undisputed. Yes, at 135. Go look it up.
I remember the WBC.
Haney got his belts after he beat Kambosos. No, he didn't. He didn't have one of the belts. No, it was 4 belts. Teofimo Lopez. I'll look it up right now. Look it up. Teofimo Lopez was undisputed with 4 major belts after Lomachenko, and then he lost it. I can look it up. If you can look it up as well. Anybody in the chat, you can look it up. Teofimo was undisputed.
And if I'm wrong, let me apologize. But what I remember was the IBF mandatory was with Kambosos, and he, being Teofimo, gave Kambosos that shot, right? So in my mind, and like I say, if I'm wrong, I'm just but in my mind, what I remember was that title shot could have been waited on, and you could have just went for undisputed. Against Devin Haney. So look.
Teofimo Lopez is the former undisputed world champion, the 2-time undisputed world champion. Teofimo Lopez, whatever. But yeah, he was undisputed at 135. He didn't get undisputed at 140 because Josh Taylor had given up one of the belts. Yes, he was stripped of one of the belts, or he would have been undisputed at 135 and at 140. But anyways, listen, I'll be honest. Let's go back to the Devin Haney thing. I'm not going to say maybe ducking is not the case at 140, but Devin Haney. I don't. You know what? I don't think Ryan. You know what? I don't think Ryan. Let's get to Ryan Garcia real quick. I don't think Ryan necessarily ducked Haney. I'm going to be honest with you. I think, and so let's talk about Ryan Garcia real quick. I believe that Ryan Garcia. No, you good. Ryan Garcia is not up there right now mentally. I feel like, think about it. He's had 4 trainers in the last 3 years, right? He has a kid, right, the other day, and then announces his divorce on Instagram, right? He shows up to the press conference when he's gonna fight his last fight. I forgot the guy's name. He goes right after Oscar and he goes after Bernard Hopkins, right? Then he does this weird shoulder roll shit at the fight. We don't know what the fuck he's doing. He ends up losing that trainer. He's not even talking to the trainer. Now he's hanging out with Floyd Mayweather. In fact, Oscar De La Hoya went out and came out and kind of threatened Floyd. He said, they asked him, what do you think about hanging out with Ryan hanging out with Floyd Mayweather? And that's what he said. Yeah, he said this was 2 weeks ago, right? So remember, De La Hoya, if I'm not mistaken, was setting up the Haney fight, right? So he was signed up. It was supposed to be Haney versus Ryan, and he starts hanging out with Floyd. Remember, they did the conflict of interest, and Floyd was like, "Oh, okay, you want to play? Cool." And now he goes and takes who? Rolly Romero, which is a Floyd Mayweather fighter, which I believe he did that to spite Oscar De La Hoya in a sense. I don't believe he did it to duck Devin Haney, but I don't think he beats Devin Haney, to be honest. I think Devin Haney destroys him. But I think it was more to spite Oscar De La Hoya, to be honest with you. But listen, when Floyd Mayweather says something like he's the third biggest fighter in the world, he's in on him. He's trying to get him out. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to say what Floyd's doing. Yeah, but why promote him if he's not going to make you any money? He's an Oscar De La Hoya fighter. He's a Golden Boy fighter. Oh, no, you're good. Don't worry about it.
That was a corny move. Yeah, it really makes sense to me. I say, okay, I don't even think Ryan believes that. But we'll move along from there. I think Ryan Garcia, and like you say, you make some good points. I think Ryan Garcia here in the chat and listen. When you're promoted and Golden Boy Oscar De La Hoya says, let's promote Ryan Garcia versus quote unquote the best 140 pounder in the world in Devin Haney. Come on, that's one thing.
He's the second best 140.
I'm just saying what Oscar said.
Okay. Yeah.
When your promoter says that,
yeah,
me and Norris might have a point. You got Derek in your story. I think it's a dust because, in my opinion, if what you're saying is true, if I'm Ryan Garcia, okay, you think this man is the best in your eyes in 140, I'm going to show you he's not. But I think that Floyd, like he did with Hitchison, like he did with Tank, and like he did with a few others, said, hey, man, go after a fighter who we both feel you can really beat.
Yeah.
You said yourself, Ryan Garcia, a week before the Regis Forte and the Haney fight, you need 2 more fights under your – this is out of Ryan Garcia's mouth.
Yeah.
Out of your mouth that you need 2 more fights before you're ready to get before the Tank Davis fight, you said Tank Davis is really a lesser competition than Devin Haney. So, in your opinion, Ryan Garcia, and your promoter, you guys don't believe you can take on Devin the Dream Haney. So with that being said, I think you went after the easier task.
Oh no, he definitely didn't. He definitely did, because at the end of the day, you know, Floyd gets paid because Rolly's a fighter from him, right? And I'm gonna be honest, in terms of getting, you know, the whole 2-fight thing, I think Ryan needs to get his shit together. Period. Like, you're going through trainers like crazy. Like, when you start seeing fighters do that shit, they're not there. So I think he's further away than people than 2 fights. And Devin Haney, in my opinion, would have dog walked him. He would have beat him clearly in a 12-round decision. And even Rolly Romero, if you listen, I don't think Rolly Romero is a very great fighter. I don't think he's a good fighter at all. I think he's very talented in regards to selling the fight and things of that nature. But Rolly's a threat for Ryan right now. And it's a win-win for somebody like Floyd, because if Rolly goes and gets that knockout, right? Let's say he gets out there and gets a knockout. Ryan's a popular dude. He gets all of that, and now you can sell more fights at 100 and 135. And even for somebody like Gervonta, too, who in my opinion I believe he's the king of the duck. I'm going to be honest with you. But again, you know, that's what I feel, you know, is happening with Ryan. But I think Canelo fights, bro. I'm not gonna talk about Canelo. Stop it. But anyways, I feel like at 135. I mean, actually, with Ryan Garcia, I think that's the situation. I think he needs to really get his. I mean, I don't want to say his life in order, because the guy got money, but he's got to get his mental in order. We have this is a fighter that now Rolly is at 140, but he had the biggest fight he had was at 135. But Ryan got to get his mental together. I think he's a talented kid, but he's just everywhere right now. Like, you know, this is somebody that didn't he pull out of a fight because he said that what did he say? He said that he had to get his mental right. And it seems like it's still going. It like, bro, some of the stuff he's done is just not. It's not the smartest moves. Going to multiple trainers, trying to figure it out. When he fought Gervonta with Joe Goosen, like, I was like, what is he doing? Then the follow-up fight, you know, I don't know what he was. You could tell he wasn't listening to his trainer. He was looking at him like, what's going on? He was beefing with the Canelo camp. It's just a lot of shit that's going on with Ryan, and I think Ryan really needs to sit himself down and really look in the mirror and talk to himself, because a lot of the stuff that he's doing, and he's a kid. I think Ryan's like, 24, 25, something like that. He's a kid. Yeah, so you're talking about a guy that got a lot of money now. It's hard to tell people. And look, if you look at the NBA, the NFL, and things of that nature, right? It's hard to coach these guys because they got money. So how do you tell somebody that doesn't need you what they need in their life, especially when a lot of people equate money to everything, you know what I mean, to being successful. And I think with Ryan, I think his problems are a lot deeper than we think, but because he's a famous boxer, because he can get these big fights, because he's so popular, you know, it's hard to deal with him. And I think, and again, I think Ryan really has to sit back and assess himself and really start figuring things out, because I just don't see him. I really see him possibly losing to Rolly, which it's not. If he loses to Rolly, it's out for it's done for me. Yeah.
So what's going to be worse? And you correct me if I'm wrong, because I be getting stuff messed up. I don't know. You know the saying how God works. Man, I think that's the WBC title that Rolly has, correct? I get these titles.
I'm tired. I'm tired of people just handing out fucking titles, just to hand titles out. I'm gonna be honest. Like, come on.
Yeah. But see, here's how it gets crazy, man. How you say it, Barroso? Barroso is just now they made it the mandatory, correct?
Grandpa, I know. Listen, Rolly's hilarious. What do you call him, Grandpa? He just knocked out what's his name? Isaiah, bro. Yo, you know what was crazy though? That was right after De La Hoya said he's gonna be the next biggest star ever. And I was like, I went to watch the fight and he was out in the first round. Like, I was like, fuck, I missed the fight. Yeah.
The funny thing about that, big bro, this is what's crazy.
Yeah.
Ryan is going after that title, right? It's really smart of Ryan to do that. I just hate the fact that he did it in. To say that you're not going to make money with Devin Haney, so you're going to go after the bigger, that was stupid. But it's smart what you're doing. It's strategic.
Yeah, he's not beating Devin Haney. He's not. He's just not.
But here's the funny thing. You're going to possibly fight Rolly with no belt. If you fight Rolly in March, WBC has already said, or WBC or WBO, they already said, listen, we're making Barroso the mandatory, and if you refuse to fight him in March and you fight Ryan Garcia, you will be fighting Ryan Garcia basically in a damn position, because we'll strip you of that title.
But didn't he just beat him? Didn't he just defeat him?
He did. Now this is the crazy. He did, but on every scorecard he was down. It was a premature stoppage by Tony. You know Tony.
Yeah.
Controversy is a late anyway.
Yeah.
That was one of the first ones. Yeah. So the thing is that WBC said, we're going to reward you by saying, listen, you're the mandatory, and if this guy doesn't fight you and takes the route of Ryan Garcia, we'll strip him.
Let me ask you.
You're going to fight. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. So check this out. So now I know you're a big Devin Haney fan, right? I know you're a big Devin Haney fan. My man Matias said that he's pussy. He said he said he ducking him. Matias is talking heavy right now. He's talking heavy. Haney hasn't said his name. Haney not saying his name.
Now, first of all, I was watching where Matias coach and Bill was on the live.
Yeah.
So Bill said, listen, this guy, which is Matias' manager, that hung up in my face already.
Yeah. For the $4 million, yeah. Yeah. Well, this is what I heard. Bill Haney came out and said that Matias Camp reached out and said they wanted $4 million for the fight. Right now, I heard behind the scenes, and it's a pretty good source. I'm not going to give up the source because I don't know if he wants me to give it up. That the person that Bill Haney actually spoke to, and he said he did speak to somebody, but it wasn't his management. And I don't know how he got that number. That's just the rumor that I'm hearing. I don't know if I can't confirm on that, but that's what I heard. But Matias, Haney says that they wanted $4 million. He said, "Get the fuck out of here! You're not worth $4 million," and keep moving. I don't think Haney fights Matias. I'm gonna be honest with you, not right now. Matias.
To be honest with you, I think he fights this mandatory, or he fights Mario taking the.
Oh God, that is a terrible fight. That is a terrible fight.
It is. I don't.
And at 147, yeah, he beats him, bro. First of all, let's keep it real. Devin Haney's walking around like at a 180. The guy's walking around like a 180. He's as big as Canelo fighting at 140 pounds. He's a big guy. Yeah.
He has the cheat code. It's the same scenario with Canelo, and I do want to touch on that too, because I called your man a duck for a reason. I'm not a hater, but I think he has the fat cheat code. I think he's taking advantage of the system, and he's whooping ass at a bigger weight. I think he should be at 147. The Barrios fight, I know he's not gonna go up and fight a heavy hitter like Jerron Boots in it.
He doesn't have the power.
But he doesn't have the power, and I don't think he beats Boots. And I think
I don't think he beats Boots. I think Boots is just too strong. Mm-hmm. But I think we're gonna see him from 140 to 147 for a while. Like I think that's what he's gonna do, Haney. And listen, Haney's a very skilled fighter, and people equate strength with power, right? Like I think he's a strong person. He's a strong guy. Like he knows how to use his body weight. He knows how to wrestle people. He knows certain things. Like he's not a big puncher, but he understands how to throw his weight in the ring. Yeah, and he keeps you at bay. You know what I mean? He keeps you at bay. But no, he doesn't fight Boots Ennis. He doesn't. He'll fight Teofimo before that or Matias. I'm not. Yeah.
I would rather see him get another title than give a shot to this mandatory. So that's the only reason I'm saying I don't think Teo's gonna fight him. I don't think Teo's gonna fight Devin. I don't.
Teo already got a fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got a fight with Jermaine, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Next month.
Yep.
Not a good fight.
No, it's not.
Yeah, he beats Jermaine. But yeah, man, I don't want to see this mandatory shit. I would rather him go after another title in Matias.
Yeah.
Or, if I had to settle Barrios, but, there's a lot of political shit going on. I don't know what's going on with him and Matias, but that's the fight I want. I think Matias can beat him. Willie is a different.
Matias can punch, man. But you know what's funny? I think Haney wins that fight. I'm not going to say a lot. I think Haney wins that fight. Yeah.
He stays outside with the jab. So I think he beats Matias. That's why I think he beats Devin Haney too. I mean, I think he beats Tank Davis too.
He beats Tank. He beats Tank.
Mm-hmm. Tank is using a fucking snack for Tank is ducking. God damn, I hate this shit, man. Like, and the other fights that I want to see, which all these guys are ducking each other. Like, and that's why I like Devin, because he's not ducking. That's why I'm a Devin Haney fan. But like Canelo is ducking his mandatory again.
Who?
And listen, He's sucking Benavidez.
I don't think he's ducking Benavidez. I don't think he's ducking.
No. And you tell me this, because I could be tripping, Lord. I need some help from you.
Yeah.
Your man said he doesn't fight Mexican fighters.
Yeah, this was a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm. Hey, but he said that's why he didn't want to take Benavidez, but you're taking Jaime Mejia.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. What's that?
I don't. Listen, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe that this is me. I believe that he's very smart. Canelo. I think he's a very smart businessman. And he understands. I think when I think he has one fight left before he's out of contract and gets to negotiate. I think I'm not 100% sure. But he understands the value of Benavidez. And he also understands that Benavidez, before he fought Caleb Plant and he fought what's this guy's name? He just beat. He didn't really have anybody in his resume. So the fight wasn't as big. I think Canelo is going to try to basically get as much money as possible and bring up the fight as possible, as big as possible. He's the businessman. I mean, it is what it is. But I think Canelo fights him this year. I think he fights him in September. And honestly, I'm a Benavidez fan. I love Benavidez. Don't get it fucked up. I think he beats Benavidez. I think he fights. I think it's a possibility that he fights Crawford, but I think Benavidez is definitely on the menu this year.
He has to fight him in September. I mean, you're going to fight Jaime Mejia in Cinco de Mayo. So I mean, that's out the question.
You think Cinco de Mayo? Nah, I don't think. I think it's too soon. I mean, it could be, but listen, Canelo's asking. He's the big payday for a reason. He turned Benavidez' father, I think it was, came around and was like, yo, We got 40 million guaranteed for you. Canelo sniffs, he laughs at 40 million. If you got 40 million, what are you willing to pay me when the fight's bigger? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Canelo's a smart guy, bro. He's not, I don't believe he's ducking. I believe he understands the business of it. You got to think about it. Canelo fought Triple G. He fought, there was never, Triple G was his Mayweather to Pacquiao, right? Now, this individual, Benavidez, is trying to be that for Canelo. So in order for that to happen, Benavidez has to do more. And I think
Benavidez, and see, that's what I say with let's be honest, had it not been for the strip, before Caleb Plant fought Canelo, Benavidez was stripped of the title. Is that when he was doing the coke when he lost it on the scale?
I think it was the coke shit, yeah. He was stripped, yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if it's not for that, I'm not gonna lie, man. If it's not for that, Benavidez, he would be undisputed right now. But
you think Benavidez beats Canelo? That's what you're saying.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth. First of all, I'm not even the biggest. I ain't gonna lie. The dude might be he's top 3. I'm not even a fan like that.
Who's top 3?
I gotta be a realistic person. Listen, I ain't really gonna say all that. All I'm gonna say is to answer your question. Bud Crawford, which he won't fight Canelo. I think he's a better boxer than Canelo Alvarez. I think he beats Canelo. But Bud, I said something. I said Bud's got a stupid manager. I said, Bud, why are you going after Canelo? You're not gonna get the fight. You're not gonna bypass a mandatory like Benavidez because you're not gonna beat him. You couldn't.
I don't think.
Bud,
he doesn't care to fight. Bud doesn't care to fight Benavidez. He cares about the check. No. Listen, let's stop that right there. Bud doesn't give a shit about being undisputed at 168 pounds. Bud doesn't give a shit about none of that. He can do that at 154. He doesn't care for that. Bud is 35, 36 years old. Okay, he could go to 154 and take it from Charlo. He could take those belts. Hold on. He's focusing on one thing: his family. His family. No, listen. There was 2 fights that he could have took, and he fucked up his own bag by defeating Errol Spence the way he did. That was supposed to be another big month, but nobody wants to see that. The next big fight for him, and everybody knows this, it's Canelo. No, it's Canelo. When you fight Canelo, you're making money. You're gonna get your biggest payday. He doesn't have time to build up a fight with Errol Spence again, or even Boots Ennis. There's not enough money there. The money is with Canelo. Listen, and I don't listen. He knows he has a very big chance of losing that fight. He's pretty much said that because of the weight. But the amount of money that he's going to receive for that fight is worth the risk. So that's why he's sitting back. He doesn't want to do that fucking Errol Spence, right? I think that's the holdup between Canelo and Crawford. And I think Canelo understands it's a big fight. This guy just destroyed Errol Spence in a big fight. What outside of Benavidez, the biggest fight would be Bud Crawford. He can have both of those in 1 year. You're probably talking about Canelo amassing hundreds of millions of dollars in pay-per-views just for those 2 fights.
Believe Canelo, no disrespect, but I think he's like the Prince Davis. They're cash cow guts. I don't think
what?
I know Canelo doesn't take the Bud Crawford. Listen, you heard from me. He's fighting Holland again and 600 miles.
He probably will. But somebody, first of all, let me educate somebody. It's the payday. Hold on. First of all, I have to address this. This guy's insane. This guy just said Source K. Who the fuck is this? Source K. Truth. He says, how can he fight Canelo when Saul already said he's not moving down? Let me break this down to you, sir. Let me break this down to you, sir. Apparently, you smoked the dust before you came on. Why in the world would the biggest boxer alive come down and wait? Do you think Bud is the one calling the shots? He wants Canelo. Canelo's the one calling it, bro. What are we talking about? Why would Canelo go down? Oh. Bro, listen, it's not about the belt. It's about the money. So he got me confused, bro. Bro, you just said Canelo won't come down. Why would Canelo come down? That doesn't even make any sense. That's like, what are you talking about, bro? No, Canelo is staying at 168. Canelo is not moving up, down for anybody. He's just not. He understands he is the A side. Yeah. No, he actually said he would only fight Bivol at 175. He wants to beat him at 175. That's what he actually said. But yeah. Somebody said Bud doesn't want Canelo. 100%. But that's the biggest fight Bud could make is Canelo Alvarez. Guys, let's. Canelo it's bro. Bro, listen. Getting hit at 168-pound fighter. Canelo's not your regular type of. He's just not regular, bro. Like he can do it all. Bud going up. Listen, if Bud had a couple fights before he went to 168, we may have a conversation. The fact that he will not, and he's gonna, if he does take this fight, he'll be fighting 168 for Canelo. I don't see him walking out of that fight. I honestly believe Canelo stops him. To be honest with you. Yes.
To be honest with you, that's why Benavidez beat Canelo. He's a bigger guy.
Okay.
He's a bigger guy, and he's just as skilled as Canelo. Listen, Benavidez is really a cruiserweight. He fought.
Yeah, he's a big guy. He's like 6'3". He's like 6'3", dude. Like, he's a fucking big guy. Yeah.
And he's a cruiserweight. Wait, he's on the Smash program, man. I saw he weighed in, and I'm not trying to be funny, man. I seen they said he was about 195 when he in the fight.
Yeah. No, he's
190. Listen.
Yeah.
He was 195, moving like that.
But see, no, this is why I don't believe he beats Canelo. One, he gets hit too much. People got to understand styles make fights. Bivol's probably walking around like 200, but he's a very, and if you watch that fight, if you watch Bivol's last fight and you watch him against Canelo, right? Watch both of those fights. If you notice, Canelo's backing him up in the first fight, in that fight. He's actually the aggressive. Bivol wasn't aggressive in that fight. He allowed Canelo to get tired, and that's when he took advantage. Now, that style of fighting, he has long arms. He doesn't get hit that much. He's a good defensive fighter. He fights behind a jab. Those are things that Benavidez doesn't do. Benavidez he likes to punish you. He leaves himself open. He does get caught. Now, you're not going to eat punches from Canelo Alvarez and just walk away. That's not what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So people that think that, and again, I think Benavidez has a great chance of winning the fight. Don't. I'm not saying that Canelo's going to walk through him, but let's be honest right now. He's not walking through Canelo Alvarez, and his type of style is not what gives Canelo problems. Defensive fighters give Canelo problems. Guys that understand how to guard themselves, protect themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like when he fought Floyd, when he fought Lara, when he fought what's it, Lara? I forgot his name. When he fought Bivol, these were guys that were good defensive fighters. Offensive fighters don't really give him problems. 100%, but you know what happens when you counter, you have to engage, and I feel like Canelo he's an underrated counterpuncher too, but you got to engage with Canelo, bro. Bivol is very patient, like my man says, accurate. Benavidez comes forward and he can get hit. And listen, he breaks guys' wills. I've never seen anybody break Canelo's will. Listen, he fought Triple G. Listen, no, 100%. But it was a defensive fight. Look at Triple G, bro. Triple G was the bigger man. Canelo was walking him down after the second fight. During the second fight, the third fight, third fight he was done already. But listen, Triple G, No, you go. Yeah.
Similar to Canelo, had ever in his pro career touched the canvas, right?
Okay.
Man, you touched the canvas in the second round to this same guy I'm talking about it, Bud Crawford. And I know I keep jumping from opponents and Bud and Benavidez to just forgive me, But Crawford, same scenario.
Crawford has never fought anybody like Canelo. Never fought anybody like Canelo, bro. Ever. Two.
Spence hadn't ever fought up Wilder. Spence hadn't ever fought somebody like Floyd. And so when he fought a Floyd, even though he hadn't touched the canvas, he's the same style as he has a similar style to
Not really.
approach aggressive style. With that being said, you see what happened to him. And my point was
Canelo's a bigger puncher. Way bigger puncher.
he is a bigger puncher. He's a bigger puncher. He is a bigger puncher, but I think the same. I'm not gonna say he beat Canelo in the same facet, but if that fight happens,
It's gonna happen, and Canelo's gonna beat him. Bud Crawford will take his first loss versus Canelo Alvarez. Yeah, it's a lot of money. It's just too much. Listen, the check. It's the check. It's gonna happen sometime in the next year and a half. I think it definitely happens. Oh no. I think it could happen. I mean, if it's gonna happen this year, it'll happen in May. If it doesn't happen in May, then we're probably looking at next year. Yeah. Then it'll happen late.
I think he's taking a warm up. Canelo's taking a warm up. He's taking HANE in the gear, and then September, maybe you gotta fight. He has to fight to the end.
Yeah, I think he fights him. I think he fights Benavidez.
Yeah, you got in September. You got to.
Yeah.
Benavidez right now is a real life monster.
He is. Listen, he is. And you know what's gonna happen after Canelo beats him? You know what you're gonna say? Well, he should go fight Bud. He should fight Bud. Or no, he should go up and not fight Bivol. No, this happens to him all the time. He was ducking Triple G. He beats Triple G. It always happens with Canelo. And listen, Canelo's the only one that has to fight everybody. Gervonta doesn't have to fight anybody, and he's the best. He's a great puncher. He's very smart. Yeah.
Let's be honest, man. These guys he fight are not the caliber of boxer that can get him. I think if he fights Frank Martin, and this is my opinion,
Frank Martin, yeah,
would be the best.
He's not going to.
Would be the best boxer he's fought in the last.
Oh, he will be.
Last 7 years.
Ever actually.
He's not that good. I don't think Frank Martin is top 3 in his division.
He needs to fight Shakur, man. I would like to see him and Shakur. Yeah, I agree. But guys, I'm about to move. I'm sorry. I'm about to end the show. But no. But listen, guys, Monday through Friday, I'm thinking of doing either 5 days a week at 12 o'clock. No. I've been renovating. I've been doing a lot of things in my house, so it's just been a lot. But I'm thinking of doing Monday through Friday. I'm gonna let you guys know the schedule. Stay tuned. I'm gonna definitely let you know. But it's either Monday through Friday or Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I might do 3 days to start, and we're just gonna build up. But I appreciate y'all. We're gonna be talking this boxing shit. Stay tuned to the channel. This is now a boxing channel. I appreciate y'all, and I appreciate you, caller. My man. My man. Make sure y'all tune in.
We ain't playing fair for nothing. Little niggas put in work. Shorty riding for his cousin. He be chillin', but it's nothing. You just gotta push his button. I ain't slipping, got a smiffin'. Niggas thought that I be bluffing. Yo, I'm a dog, nothing less than a Great Dane. I'm really from the street, so we had to hustle to maintain. I never switched up, I just changed lanes. I be with them niggas getting money and with niggas who gang bang. You niggas too frilly, you too strange. Cop some better work, hit the block, save up, get a new chain. I see my uncle hop in a new range. He taught me how to rap, bubble pack. Now I got me some new flavor. I know y'all niggas thought that y'all had me, but the glick in the stash, she tried me. Get popped like acne. We got buttons on the back of them ratchets. Two turn, can't relax me. Rock designer, bitch, ain't none of us tacky.